Hey everybody, happy Friday the 13th. It's Dave Z here, and I am going to bring a tour of the room. People have been asking, and I said recently on the show that I would do it on Friday the 13th. So what a perfect day to do it. And I got lots to show. I'm excited about it. It's always a work in progress, but I'm going to show you what I got so far. This is actually what I call the slasher stairwell, even though the introduction to it isn't very slashery. I just ran out of room. This is kind of cool because it was a limited thing that played in a area here near Buffalo, North Park Theater in Buffalo, when they did the 4K thing. So this is a limited thing I got. Had to get it, so I put it up. And it goes for this over too as well. So August 25th to the 28th in Buffalo. So these were some original arts they made for that. So of course I had to get them. And it's not so slashery yet. It will get there. This is this date here, May 25th, was kind of a big deal in our family because that was the day we settled a long court battle in my lifetime to get this very house that I'm standing in now. And it was a long couple years I went through, very strenuous and everything else. And May 25th happened to be the day. Of course, our day was May 25th, 2016. 16, 17, whatever the hell day it was. Either way. So this led to me buying this. The reason I wanted this is I'm a big Star Wars guy, but I don't, my stuff is horror. This is a rare thing because it's Revenge of the Jedi, not Return. And it's mostly Vader, and I'm all about Vader. So I thought that was cool. So I got that. Had a couple reasons. This is the only other thing that will not be slasher in this stairwell, and it is, of course, The Shining, this famous thing. And the rest of this is going to, live up to the name Slasher Stairwell. So I have a lot of little posters here. These are mostly 11 by 17s that are in these frames. And they're basically all my favorite, posters. Everything I have is just because I love the poster. I may not even love the movie. So here we go. Obviously, Sleepaway Camp, and, we know that kicks ass. Great poster, great movie. The Burning. We swap over here. My Buddy Valentine. Cheerleader Camp. Man, I love that one. Come over here and one of the classics here, Maniac. That's pretty amazing. I really love these posters. They're like my favorite things. The Mutilator. They just don't make them like this anymore, huh? Silent Night, Deadly Night. So, stuff like that. And then these two down here, we have Happy Birthday to Me and Prom Night. So Slasher Stairwell comes to an end down here with these. Which, what an amazing, man, the colors on that thing just pop. Nightmare 3 and Psycho 2. Just a great picture of Norman outside his house. Love it. All right, then we're going to come around here. Jim Morrison is only rocker allowed down here, apparently. That thing is blocking something else. That's why it's here, because I got this thing here, and it's kind of blocking something. There's cubby holes behind here, and the way I had to arrange the curtains, I needed something to go here. So Jim won, and he also inspired All Right, All Right. So there you go, little James Brown action over there, protecting the scene. What else? You got our popcorn machine over here. This is what every so often I brew it up for family movie night. So that's nice. Room 237 keys over here. More cool posters. See, I got to get my reflection out of there. That's kind of tough. We got Alone in the Dark. And then we have Silent Night, Evil Night, which obviously you know the look of it, exactly what it is. It's really Black Christmas, but that was the original poster, so pretty sweet. You got a nice big one, Hellraiser over here. I'm going to do a little switch of the view because I just love looking at the view from here. You got the VHS wall here. You got that wall there. All that. I love the Halloween movies thing over there and that stuff. So things are in the right direction. Of course, we can't ignore the cat litter area. I got to share this room with the cats. So let's do the posters quick and then I'll come back. We know what these are. Some of our favorites, some of my favorites. Just love these things. Gates of Hell, which is actually City of the Living Dead. But that's what the poster originally said. Of course, The Exorcist. Video Dead. Here's one of everybody's favorites, poster and movie. Return of the Living Dead. Night of the Creeps. Come over here, I got my little creep show area. And it's the creep show area because I got that there, and then the big one here, this one over here, and then this guy over here. So now we'll go back. This one here was just sent to me recently from Mitchell. Thank you, homie. It's got Amelia Kincaid and Linnea's autographs. I told you I'd find room somehow, and I did. I had to pin them up there, and of course it's Bill Moseley. Lick my plate, you dog dick. So little chop top action. Back to the posters. One of my favorites, Terror in the Aisles. I love that it has all the movies in there, see? Pretty badass. Everything, all the posters I have here are just my favorites. Same thing with the VHS covers. Just, again, may not even know about the movies. It's just the posters that take me back. Scream and Scream Again. You know what? I have never seen this movie. I really should, but I love the poster. This is a blanket that was gifted to me from my wife for a birthday or something. And all old school VHS on the blanket. You got Magic, Madman, etc. So that's really cool. It does a good job of, covering up what's back there, which is just some junk. And then I got the old popcorn machine thing over here, right out of the video store, adding to the video store feel. So that's microwave, of course, but we got the old popcorn stand. Back to the posters here. We got The Thing, a classic, and Suspiria. I really think I'm going to get a Suspiria section when I have time. Just add more to it because it's such a beautiful movie, and there's got to be more collectibles that are really cool that I can maybe build something here, little shelves or something. I don't know. It's always a work in progress. Now, my first pride and joy is going to be over here, and this is the all VHS area. Everything here is VHS. Feast your eyes on that. Just takes me back to childhood. I brought my buddy down here, showed it to him the other day, and he said it almost brought a tear to his eye because that's where we spent a lot of time together, and it's just a great time. But these are all VHS. I'm sure there's a lot you're going to recognize. They're just classics. This is what we used to do. We would just Fright Night. Everyone loves that. We would just walk through the aisles and look at the same damn ones. I love the way the eyes are. Look at the same damn ones over and over, and then look at the back of them. That's pretty sweet. Don't open till Christmas. Some of these you may know, some of these you may not know, but thought I'd show them off to you because they're all favorites of mine. Where did I go? Did I go down here? Sorry if I'm showing the same things twice. This movie, It's Alive, is yeah, see, with the way the camera goes, you're starting up here and then you go down. See? Sorry to make anybody dizzy, but I just love it. But that movie there, that trailer scared the hell out of me when I was a baby. And I mean a baby. Like, I remember all that. So, The Prey! I still give my buddy grief about renting that movie. Even the cover's ridiculous, but I had to have it. It's not human and it's got an axe. So, couple of classics in here, I think they're all classics personally. I love each and every one of these covers. They're just, they just don't do it like this anymore. So, I'm going to make a whole video on YouTube when I get better at that, just showing off my favorite covers. All right, so that's all that. Now we got this one here. This one is eventually going to be all VHS. Right now, it's just basically Blu-rays or DVD covers that would be on the VHS covers. Like this was a VHS cover. It just happens to be converted to blue. Same thing with this one. It's a little different than the one over there. Obviously, everybody's seen that one. There's a couple here that didn't make it to VHS that I just think are badass covers. So I kept them, But, there's a couple that I just stuck in there. I think they're really cool. There's actually a couple of tins that are in there. So, you know, these are the ones we used to see on the video shelf. They just happen to not be VHS, but they will be. Obviously, that's new, but I just think it's so cool, that tin. So, that's a real movie for the editor. That's really cool. And these are all ones that were in the video store. Obviously, that's new, but man, I think it's such a cool cover. Me and the skeletons, I know. But, you know, there's a classic. I love that they made these with these things here. That's pretty cool idea. But yeah, see, this is one of those lenticular ones. I just think it's badass, you know. Same thing with this Lord of Salem. Just cool. Same thing with the Maniac. They got that look, you know. Doesn't really show up as well on camera, but they're lenticular. Like this ring. Oh, that actually kind of works. See the ring one? It goes like that to that. Woo! So kind of cool. Just got to catch it in the right frame of light, I guess. Anyway, I hope you guys dig this. Hope it's not too boring, but I think they're all pretty badass covers. And memorable. That's a new one. That's a tin for Suspiria. I think it's really cool. So, of course, that's there because I love it because it's VHSs and I'm all about VHS. And that is actually Videodrome, and it's what a beta tape looked like. So, and there's the zombie with the thing going inside the eye. Blah. So, kind of cool. All right, over here we got some of the collection, some of the movies. Just your standard run-of-the-mill, you know, alphabetical order Blu-ray section. You know, and here's some of the favorite posters. Visiting hours, of course. Fright Nights all over the place. It is pretty awesome. Mausoleum, an overlooked cover, but I think it's pretty amazing. And curtains. And of course, it's right next to the curtains. And when you're inside a video store, what do you keep behind the curtains? Don't worry, guys, it's not porno. But it is dirty little secrets. I had some things down here to keep, you know, so the cats don't jump up here, because they will. They'll jump up here and they'll go up there, and it's all kinds of trouble. But these are actually, everything in here is a Blu-ray. These are all burned Blu-rays. So on top of all the ones that I have purchased, I have all these. You know, there's that. And that's wrestling stuff from the 80s, because I have all that, see, 84, and I'm watching all the old wrestling, and that's just, again, a lot of burned Blu-rays. These are burned DVDs and some other junk, some stuff I'm giving away on giveaways. But, yeah, I have, like, a whole big fat booklet of burned DVDs as well. Big fat thing. I just got too much stuff. Speaking of DVDs, here's where they are. I sold a lot of DVDs, but I kept a lot too. The DVDs I keep on these shelves. They start there, they go through here, and then they finish up over here. So I still have some DVDs. Just not a whole lot, of course, because I'm all about the blue. Well, I got these. This is my little wrestling section. Everything here is a wrestling DVD. Or Blu-ray. There's a couple. There's a couple on the end there. Some of the stuff's actually valuable, but I won't part with it. That's something cool from the original WrestleMania, which I love. Three from Hell, that was a gift from Christine. Thank you again. That's a pretty badass cover. And then, here's some more DVDs on top of the shelf. These are all DVD box set things. You know? Stuff like that. A little gizmo, and then we got Sideshow Michael up here. Good luck finding that. That's going to cost you at least $100, probably more. I collected the Sideshows before the NECA, and a lot of them are hard to find now. That was the company, Sideshow. Freddy Krueger and his cup and this thing here. So there's that. These are gifts from listeners. Thank you all. I know that was from Christine, and I forgot who the Black Phillips were from, and I feel sorry. I feel bad I forgot. Just some cool cups. This isn't horror related at all. It usually burns up there. But it's there now. Hills is a department store I grew up on. And of course, it's all about the 80s down here. So, Universal Monsters. This is the guy from, the Mystics here from Twilight Zone. A little Myers action. That's the nun from, American Horror Story. So, yeah. And of course, this is just the rest of the blues. Whatever. Lots of blues. I ran out of room for blues, so I I bought this shelf and they're going over here. The rest of these shelves, I hope I don't have them filled up in 2021 because then I'd have a real big problem. I kind of want to chill out a little bit and watch what I have before I keep buying more. So now we're in the Halloween section. I call it the Halloween section because this is where we have all the Halloween stuff. You got the cool-ass poster for 2. You got the original for 1. Of course, The Shining is in the middle of it, but that's okay. There's always room for The Shining. Halloween over here. Some more Michael stuff. And this thing, which I think is really cool. It goes into pretty good detail about things. And it even has a little, the little silver shamrock stuff. But I really dig that. So that's all Halloween stuff here. And that takes us to here. This is the Halloween area continued. But then it also becomes Trick or Treat. I love that Halloween 3. It's hard to see with my reflection and stuff, but it's a Halloween 3 fan art. But it becomes Trick or Treat as well because it's, well, let's face it, it's Halloween related. So, and we got Sam over here hanging out. So, and these are just some more posters, which you guys have seen this stuff. This is where I record when we're doing the podcast. So this is where the magic happens. And I'm just talking about the podcast. That's it. So this is more the cat's hangout than mine. So, but this, for the time being, this is the Stephen King / Halloween section. Everything in this section is Stephen King related or Halloween related. Halloween the holiday or Halloween whatever. Halloween the movies. So I got all these collectible things. Stephen King. So, as you can see, it's all Stephen King movies. Then it comes into Halloween. And I don't have every Halloween movie and every disc. And I don't have every Stephen King VHS. Just the ones I want to display. The ones that I think are cool. You know? So, and for Halloween, it's mostly about 1, 2, and 3 for me. But that's why I have a bunch of those. I've always loved that DVD cover. So a bunch of Halloween 2s. The Tin. Halloween 3s. You know, cool stuff. Little 4 and 5 hanging on. A 6. I don't have 8 and Resurrection because they're floating heads and they look stupid. It's not my thing. I've always kind of liked that cover for the Rob Zombie's DVD. 2, 18, and then more Stephen King's to end it out. So, just because I like the covers. You know what I mean? If I didn't like the covers, I wouldn't have them. Because there are a lot of Stephen King's. I love that one, The Night Flyer. It's kind of underrated. Pet Sematary. Little Shining action over here. And that is that. So, and then there's the little Trick or Treat area. Sam hanging out, his cups. So that's that. So now we're going to go into my real pride and joy. And that's the Friday the 13th room. This is where I get to go on the treadmill. Everything else in this room is Friday the 13th. Simple as that. So, the original poster. The part 2 poster, which not everybody loved, but I love it. This is the new one. Kind of hard to see it because of the reflections, but you guys know what it is. This is the one that came in the box set. This thing, which I really love, it's not framed because it's actually behind here. It's like a nylon thing, and behind there is my fuse box. So I need, if I gotta get in there, I just gotta pull this pin out and do it. But I couldn't put a frame poster there; it wouldn't have worked. So then, of course, that's the really cool artwork that came with the collection as well. So like that. Got my sign, got my mask, and then I got these posters here. Of course, I have a chair in here because Ginny actually sleeps in here. And I have a chair, so I had to get a Friday the 13th blanket. So that's what this is. That's over the chair. So now I got Amy Steele's autograph over here, of course. You've done your job well, and mother's pleased. So we got that. And then we got all the Friday the 13th stuff. Posters. That's for the original. It's Japanese, I think. I just think it's pretty cool. And we got this one. Had to get this because this poor thing here is overlooked. I love that logo, Friday the 13th. I really do, and it just gets overlooked. This is a cool poster anyway. I've seen some of the first movie and stuff. But this thing, as much as I do love the other one, it's pretty badass, but that thing just gets overlooked. So, you know, and we got this here, another part 2. It's Japanese as well, I think. I think it's pretty sweet. So, and then this is Sideshow Jason Part 2. Yes, I actually have a little guy here, and yep. Thank you again, that was a gift as well. And Jason, these are Sideshows, Part 1 and Final Chapter. Part 1, Part 2 and Final Chapter. So, and then we just got some more Friday stuff. So, I do love that logo as well. I mean, how do you not? But I think the other one kind of gets lost in the shuffle. You know, so. And then the box set. Yeah, I got 2 of them. I could display it nice and cool. Here's the rest of the posters here. Another Part 2. And another Part 2. And another Part 2. I got this thing here which shows the evolution of the masks from 1 to the remake. Part 3. Alternate Part 3. Final Chapter, and it would basically go in order. The New Beginning one that I like it much better than the regular one. Part 6. Part 7, and the alternate Part 8, which I prefer. And I had, like I said, as much as I love this thing, I had to put this up in here. This thing here is to block the cats. Because there's a big hole. And I don't want them messing with the other side of the videotape. So I got that, and I got my little Pamela shrine over here like Jason did. So, there's that. And that head actually comes off the Sideshow Mrs. Voorhees. So I got all that. And then, here's a view of the whole thing with the movies. And that's what it's all about. So, this is what I did with the movies. I just have everything that's been issued Friday the 13th that I could get my hands on that was reasonably priced. So, Part 1 VHSs. That's the first ever issued DVD. That's the alternate. That's the lenticular. So, I mean, look at I just basically have everyone for the first, especially for the first 2 movies that I could get my hands on, you know. So, and that is the the video disc. So, and then this is a weird one because it's lenticular, but it's, what do you call it? It's that, but if you move on this side, see, it has the mask, which doesn't make a lot of sense for Part 1, but it was issued, and it's a little bit rare, so I have to have it. So, then we go into all my Part 2 stuff, which, you know, how much I love that. Part 2, first DVD. I love the 80s version. The reissue blue. The lenticular. That's French, I'm thinking. So, Part 3 action. So, man, I spent $25 a piece on these ones. Like the first issues for 1, 2, 3, and 4. But that's what I did. Back in like 2000 or 99. It's crazy. Crazy the money we spent. This is an interesting one. It's kind of cool. It's got his reflection there in the corkscrew. Looks like a saw thing, but I sawed it out and I dug it. That's kind of cool. Gotta love that. You can only find it in videotape. So yeah, Part 6. And Part 7. Not a whole lot of Part 7, but there's the original one that came with the new box set, and that was the first issue DVD and the second issue DVD. That's really all there is. I don't have them all lenticular, I wish, but I have the first 4, and that's the important ones. Part 8. Interesting take they took on the Part 8 for their first issue DVD. And then the second one, they went back to the original, kind of, but that's actually pretty cool. Jason Goes to Hell. And then the Jason Goes to Hell other one. This was a little alternate from the other one. I guess the writing said something different than it did initially. Jason X DVD in blue. Freddy vs. Jason. Then that Freddy vs. Jason. I think that's pretty cool, actually. Then we go into the Remakeville, DVD, Killer Cut Blue, alternate, another alternate Killer Cut. And now we got the box sets. That came with the new one, collection. That's the original 1 through 8. That's the reissue 1 through 8. That's the box set, the big tin that came out. And then this, and then that. So, that's basically it. That's everything. Yep. I love my stuff. I'm happy about it. And if anybody wants to take a look, one more look around. This is my hangout. It's so funny because I never actually hang out here unless I'm recording. I do everything upstairs because it's better stuff, I guess. But I got this here. I got my videotape machine and my Nintendo and my Atari and the old PS3. So, decent setup down here. I got a nice sound bar and everything else, and it's all good. It's just, you know, with the things I have upstairs as far as the television and the sound are better up there. So, but yeah, I'm real happy about all this stuff. This is what, you know, and I'm happy to share it with you guys because I know you guys will appreciate it. So, thank you all very much. Hope everybody has a great Friday the 13th, and we'll see you soon. Okay, bye-bye.